Hello, my friends. Well, that was interesting. And I don't know if I'm going to put this video on the tail end of the AB demo or if I'm going to make this its own video. And there's a very high likelihood I'm just going to make it its own video. Hey, why not? You know, it's a different video. It means that everybody has a chance to find it at a different time rather than having to scroll through to listen to my impressions at the tail end of the video. So if you haven't seen the AB demo video yet, and you've come across this video first for whatever reason, in the AB demos, I played the same song on these two towers in this room, set up like this, and yes, I realize these are closer to the wall, they're going to have an advantage, so we'll calculate for that subjectively. These are on the inside, and they may have some interaction with these two towers this way. They're further away from the wall, so the staging could be different. But listen, we're listening to AB demos through a phone, which I recorded the video with, so let's not get all that technical. We already realize that there's a lot of different factors that mean that it's not going to be a perfect AB demo. Why are we here watching videos of audio on YouTube? You say it with me at the same time. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Entertainment value. Yay! Honestly, I mean, most of the enthusiasts and the real experienced audio folks in the field, we already know that YouTube is the shittiest place to come for AB demos and audio sound, because my microphone and your speakers and your headphones and this place and that place and these cables and those risers, it's all a matter of factors, right? Yes. Okay, I don't want to see it in the comments. If I see it in the comments, I will just delete it. How about that? Try to come up with something original. Don't sound like every other parrot and audio police force out there. I'm not here for that. That's not why I make these videos. They are essentially for entertainment value. Think about the platform that we're on. It's YouTube. YouTube is an entertainment platform. Okay, cool. Now we can move on with my subjective take. If you're new here and you don't know me, you're going to get to know me real quick. So first things first, we're listening to, this is copyright-free drum and bass that I can put on in the background. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I like listening to music all the time, and you and I both know that YouTube is not going to appreciate copywritten music. Therefore, it takes all of the potential gains and earns away from me. I was going to play this. It's an amazing CD, and I love Andrea Bocelli, but I would not be able to benefit from my video. So, to the point. They sound very similar, as you would expect. They're both a 2.5 way with the waveguides. The waveguides are a little bit different position. The Monolith has a 6.5 inch set of drivers, and the Arendal has an 8 inch set of drivers. I believe they're the same materials. They're not the same make or model. They're not designed the same. This one, the Arendal, have two woofers that play mid-range, Diapolito array, mid, tweeter, mid. But these also play bass with these, which are crossed over different. So these are bass only. These are all bass, but these are bass mids. Okay, we got it? Cool. This one is a mid woofer. So this one plays mid-range with the tweeter crossed over, and these two play bass. So they all play bass, but this one plays mid-range, okay? So this is typical sort of two-way. This is Diapolito, which gives a different kind of array. You could look into that if you wish. My time with them in the room, I'm gonna say the Monoliths are not as dB sensitive, so the Arendal sounded a little bit more dynamic off the jump. The 6.5 inch single driver doing mid-range, you could tell the mid-range was a little bit recessed. It wasn't quite as balanced, I would say, in the mix. And the Arendal, considering they have 8 inch size woofers and all of them doing bass, which is, I don't know what the calculation would be, but at least twice, if not 3 times as much area as these 3 6s. The bass depth was more present, so I think they will reach to the same low frequencies, but the depth and impact of the 4 8-inch drivers was much more pronounced. You could probably guess as much from looking at them if you're an experienced audiophile. So I'm not really telling you anything you couldn't guess at. I'm confirming these types of things for you. So here's the big draw. Why would I do an A/B comparison of these towers? Well, one, I was asked, so I'm happy to comply because I own both towers and I've had them for years. Here's another thing. Which towers do you think are playing right now? You want me to turn it up? You want me to turn it up? Which towers do you think are playing? I don't mind. I can wait. You want me to tell you? You want me to tell you? Turn it back down. Here, we'll get closer and it'll become more obvious. That's right. The monoliths are playing. If you'd seen the other video, then you understand exactly how you can answer that question before this one. But that's the interesting thing. They have a lot of bass presence. There's a lot of clarity there. I mean, there's nothing out of place in the sound. They're designed very well. They play very well. Here is the big kicker, the number one thing that people are going to want to know about this purchase decision. Why would you take this one or this one at $4,600 US, I think, somewhere around there, as opposed to this one at $1,000 or less? You're talking about maybe 800 plus shipping, or if it's shipping free in the US. And on sale, they're even less than that. I know that my buddy Techno Dad and Joe and Tell and a couple of other people were on a live stream one night, and for whatever reason, these were available at Target shopping centers, and you could order them online, and I believe the final sale price was somewhere in the range of about $200 each tower. That's a discount of more than 50% at the time. So at $200 each tower at a potential sale price, why would you want a $4,600 pair of towers? How much of a difference are we really getting between here and here? That's the purpose of the video. That's the real big question. It always is the factor of diminishing returns. Why would we ever want to spend more than we need to number one, enjoy our music? And that's subjective. Everybody's taste is different. Every 5-star restaurant's going to do a steak differently. There's no debating that. Someone's taste is their taste. I also don't want to see that in my comment section. I will absolutely remove you. So at least make it clever or intelligent, because if it's just straight up criticism for no reason other than to just criticize, you're not sticking around. I'm not building a platform on attention. I really want good and informative people in my comment sections. Agree? Okay. Do we all like honesty, integrity, respect? Cool? Okay, stick with me. We've got a couple more minutes. So at $4,600 compared to, let's say, the standard $1,000, $900, how much more are you getting? Okay, well, the number one thing is these are more dB sensitive. So watt for watt, these are going to be louder. The mid-range diaphragms, the 2 8-inch diaphragms means that the mid-range is clearer. There's more of the mid-range, and the dynamics in the mid-range are more accurate. With a 6.5-inch, however great it is, you're going to get less of a performance from this one at whatever volume than you will here, because you have 2 drivers in this array, which is a better design by default, in my opinion. The crossovers to both are really good. I don't think there's anything missing there. It's only a matter of how much more you're going to get. Now, if that's your thing and you can afford it, these are built better. They're HDF cabinets. These cabinets ring a little bit. They have some resonance in in the build. It's a vinyl wrap, and it doesn't look perfect. The tops of them, as you can see, this one has this gloss plate, but this vibrates a lot, doesn't vibrate as much. The gloss plates on the top are like inserts, so the rest of the box is folded together, and then the top and bottom are pressed in. I assume, I've seen boxes and cabinets made before. Because it's not a 45 complete wrap, I know that would be an insert rather than the cabinet being wrapped and folded up all in one. I've worked at a place before. I've seen how these cabinets are made, so I can prove and verify that with photos. If you really doubt me, I can prove it. The Arendals are HDF. They're more braced. The overall power handling of everything is louder. They're THX certified, mind you. The Encores, I don't believe are. They do have a THX series in the Monolith monoprice range, but that's a series above this one. The THX series might be more of a competition for this, having 4 6-inch drivers. And maybe the Arendal S THX tower, the 1723S, might be more aligned with the THX version of monoprice. That would be another A-B comparison, and as a 3-way rather than a 2.5-way. Something to think about. Who are these for versus who are these for? And I'll be honest with you right now, these are my hi-fi speakers. There's 2 of them in this room. These are actually from my home theater, where I'm using them for surround sound. They're the front end of my surround sound system. I like these in my theater system because they are smooth, they're responsive enough, they're inexpensive, so I could buy 11 speakers from my theater and I don't have to feel like I'm broke or I owe the government. These came as a result of my hi-fi pursuit, and my phrase is always, the music deserves better, in my opinion. That's how I like to say it. Music, on a consistent basis, you can hear the same track, the same sounds, the same singer, the same recording quality, is often more detailed and more effort put into hi-fi recordings. Therefore, in my opinion, their speakers, the system requires more finesse to extract those details. Now, when I'm playing video games, which these handle a lot, the Monolith Encores, I'm not listening for the consistency of the gunfire or the grenades or the sound of the river or the sound of bears attacking me in the middle of Skyrim. I am not listening for the consistency of their sound. I don't really mind that it's a smear or it's a little bit off. With the home theater, I'm really just looking for accurate directivity. Where is the sound coming from in my room? So therefore, in my principles, theater sound for me personally doesn't have to be as good a quality as my music system. So that's why I have both. But the reason why I got the Arendal as opposed to some others is because of the way they're designed. Now, I mentioned earlier they may have a similar designer, and I'm not going to dwell on the confirmation or rumors of such a thing. They have a similar sort of characteristic where the waveguide and 2.5-way design offers a value of performance at that price point that's amazing. So for $400 and something, the Monolith Encore gives you so much more range. They sound like $2,000 towers easily. Would I take these over some of the others in the business? I mean, obviously, because I have them. Even in 2-channel, we're listening right now and it sounds fantastic. You'd be more than happy with these in your room if you're not looking for the best of the best. 100%. And at a value, if you can get them for $200 each, that's a steal. I would say keep your eyes out for these. That's incredible value. But if you're like me and you're more of a hi-fi enthusiast and you can hear the differences, you can actually hear the differences in things. This tower is more balanced top to bottom than have been many others that I've heard, and these are sold direct the same way that Monolith is. So these actually built and have the technology in them as much as a $10,000 speaker. And they're designed in such a way that you may be competing with speakers that are almost $15,000, $20,000. And I'm not even kidding. I've heard a lot of stuff, and these are truly balanced in a way that is not like many others. My time with both of them has been amazing. I really enjoy them both, to be honest. I did a listening impressions video the other day, and now this is a follow-up to the AB. And I know that at least 4 people in those comments had said that they thought about them, they're interested in them, they're not sure where to listen to these. These are sold direct, these are sold direct, so neither one of them have a dealer location. You can't just walk into a store and hear them. So that's why I did my AB comparison. I'm offering fans the opportunity to hear these in a room with some subjective opinion, as I've heard a lot of speakers in my day. I was at Florida Audio Expo, I've been to Expona, I worked at Toronto Audio Fest, Montreal Audio Fest, the Florida Audio Fest. My apologies, my words are getting tangled here now. I'm approaching the end of the video. How can we tell? Because I can't talk properly anymore. So I've heard quite a bit of systems. I've evaluated quite a few and heard them in different rooms. This room obviously different. I know that this isn't the same system as all those others, but it stands to reason that when you're selling direct, you can cut out the dealer cost, which is usually about 15 to 30%. At 4,600, you add 30%, you can include the dealer. Same thing here. They are able to do that with the technology and design principle without including all these extra costs, so they're actually extracting more performance from their design than they would otherwise. They're selling direct, so they don't have to do the same marketing ploy and cover as much cost, and they don't have to, you know what I mean? So their overhead isn't the same. So you're actually getting a higher value out of, and the performance out of this technology than you would if it was sold through a regular network. Now, I don't want to say that anything sold by dealers is not worth it, because 100% it is. A lot of the technology out there now, and one of my other favorite brands, which I won't mention, is doing an incredible job at bringing the same kind of idea to the industry through dealer networks. And right now it is the number one purchase in hi-fi that you could make, in my opinion. Now, I'm not going to say their name. This video is not about them. You're going to have to come back and watch a video about them. But I will be doing one. So let me turn this down a little touch. In conclusion to my almost 18-minute video here, the Arendal towers are going to offer you that percentage more. It's noticeable, it's significant, the bass extension is more tactile, the bass presence is more visceral. There's 4 8-inch drivers doing the power that these 6.5s can't keep up with, so you're getting more of this. These are also THX certified, so they're coming with a volume and distortion free that these don't have the same quality of. The build quality is less here. These are MDF cabinets that are wrapped. These are HDF cabinets that are satin painted. The build quality here is significantly better. There's a lot of these for very cheap. The resale value on them, I'm not really sure. That's something you'll have to evaluate, whether you want to keep them or not. I don't know. I really significantly think that for 2-channel or the really, really demanding home theater enthusiast, these are your pick. Arendals are going to fit your hi-fi needs, as said by many others in their reviews online. These are going to hit the boxes for theater demand, dynamic punch and range. The THX certified or THX certification represents that. There's an indicator there that that's what you're going to get. These are a significant jump in value from a lot of other really budget brand stuff. Even like ELAC's lower range, Polk Audio lower range, the Sony towers that were out for a long time, you name it, any of these really, really entry-level types of stuff, these are going to be significantly more value, in my opinion, considering the price fluctuation in sales if you look for them. And their design is such a way that you're able to hear more at less cost. That's my final word on these. These will hit every box that you need at less cost than the competition. Now, there's some measurements out there. I think Audioholics did some. Aaron's Audio Corner may have done some. There are other measurement sites out there. You can compare the charts. I can't give you those. I don't have a measuring device. But in my opinion, these are bang for buck, some of the best tower speakers you can buy, bar none. These, on the other hand, are some of the best hi-fi and theater speakers you can get for the price, bar none. At their price point and the value that you're getting and the performance that you're getting, I really, really appreciate these, even as a 2-channel speaker. So, to borrow a phrase and a segue jump from Nemo Propaganda, so, hey, we're all friends here. We can all get along. Shout out to Nemo Propaganda. And Aaron at Aaron's Audio Corner and Audioholics. Thanks for all the information about these. Also, for everybody that before me that reviewed these towers, Speck of Tech, Jay-Z Yagi, Villaman, Youthman, Joe and Tell. I don't know if Technodad actually did a video with these yet or not, but many, many, many people have showcased and talked about Arendal towers. There's a number of people have done the bookshelves, the center channels. I think the Two Brothers Tech. There's a couple of other guys, other channels. See, how many other people mention other YouTube channels in their videos? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But that's my review. That's almost 22 minutes. That's plenty long enough to do one take, no edits. It's my style. Hopefully you guys remember what I said earlier about the comments. I do want to hear from you, but make it respectful and informative. Otherwise, no more bad comments. We want to build a healthy, thriving community around audio that's encouraging and informative. We really don't need trolls and haters and a lot of these other types in the comment sections. And I will enforce it. I will enforce it. That's all I'm going to say. So thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you being here. Arendal 1723 THX towers versus the Monolith Encore T6 towers. That's a wrap. You got my impressions. Now, enjoy the music. Get back to why we got in this hobby in the first place, right? And I'll see you guys in the next one.